We'll have a look at problem 10 from 4.3. And we'll do it first as the problem suggests with synthetic division. So this is telling us that 1/2 and -1/2 are zeros. We're supposed to verify that with synthetic division of this polynomial. This one is a degree 4. So we would need 2 zeros to be able to get it down to a quadratic. But for our synthetic division, we'll use 1/2 and 192. We are missing x to the third, so put a 0 there. -240. We are missing x to the first, so you need a 0 there, and a 48. Draw your line, and we're going to bring the first one down. All right, and so we're going to do 192 times 1/2. These are not bad with the 2 there. You can do it by hand, or we can do it on the calculator. So 192 times, you can put it in parentheses and do a fraction, or you could put in 0.5, gives us 96. That is going here. They combine, gives us 96. So we want 1/2 of 96. So 96 times 1 divided by 2 is 48. That is going here. And so we have 48 plus -240, -192 times 1/2. -96 plus 0 is -96 times 1/2 should give us -48. And this gives us 0. That verifies that 1/2 is a 0 of this polynomial, an x-intercept. All right. Now, what I wanted you to be sure and see here is when you divide by another one, don't go back to the original. Use this line. So for -1/2, I'm going to go here, and this will drop us down to a quadratic. This one went to a third degree, and then the next drop down would be to a quadratic, which that's, remember what's important, because we can always solve a quadratic. All right, so we're going to do 192 times -1/2. And I'm going to just be a little lazy here and put 0.5. It's less keystrokes. So -96. And this gives us 0, which is nice. 0 times -1/2 is 0. And that gives us -192, right, times, so I'll have to enter that, times a -0.5, which is +96. And there is our 0. It will end here this time. And so that verifies by synthetic division that -1/2 is a 0. Now our quadratic that's left is 192 x squared, no term here, so 0 times x, right? 0 times x minus 192, right? So we want to solve that. And this one solves nice by factoring. You can take out that GCF of 192. It leaves x squared minus 1 And the 192 is irrelevant because it doesn't have a variable with it. So you can divide on both sides by 192. It's gone. It doesn't matter. So this x squared minus 1, you could factor it and solve. So x equals -1 and x equals +1. So our solutions are -1, -1/2, 1/2, and 1. Now, I want to go to the calculator, and I think I already typed this in. I did. So let's say graph. Right, and here's our graph, and I left my window change. Each of these units is 1, but I only went to -5 and +5, so we can see it a little bit better. Right, so we can see these zeros. So this one looks like the -1, and this looks like the +1. If you went to the graph first, you would try the second calc value, I'm sorry, and you would check. You get a 0. That means, yes, it is a 0. You get a y equals 0, right? So I would check every one. Second calc, let's do +1. And that is a 0. And then we could verify the other two that they gave us. Second calc value, -1/2. Gives you 0, and +1/2. So second calc value. This is really an important tool. It helps you a lot. So +1/2. 1 divided by 2. I can just put in. And there we go. So that's our graph. Those are the intercepts. Your end behavior, it looks like a W, right? And it is not upside down.